My name is Dominic de Guzman, and I was born in Calaruga, Spain, around 1170. My father was Felix, who was of noble blood, and Blessed Jane of Aza was my mother. It has been told that before I was conceived, my mother had a vision of a dog leaping with a torch in its mouth. This is why the symbol for which I am known is a dog with a torch. I am the dog of the Lord. When I was a child, I went to live with my uncle, who was an archbishop. I was educated in the schools of Palencia. I loved learning. As I got older, I went to a university where I studied theology. During this time, Spain was going through a terrible famine. I sold all my belongings and gave the money to the poor. From this, I planned to devote my life to God, and my only purpose was to serve Him. I then formed a religious order that combated heresy and tells the religious truths. That order was called the Dominican Order. I made several journeys throughout my life, but the one that had the most influence in my teachings was my encounters with the Albigenses. They believed that there were two views of the universe. There was a good God that created everything spiritual, and an evil one that created all material. This way of belief caused conflict in their lives. By viewing this conflict, I came up with the principles of my order to find the truth no matter what. I was known for my sanctity and apostolic zeal. Throughout my life, I performed many miracles with God's help. Some included the following stories. In one, I raised a widow's son from the dead. I took the child and made the sign of the cross over him. And he was raised to life. Another time, I turned one loaf of bread into multiple loaves through my prayers and gave them to my brethren. Another example was through the inspiration of the Holy Ghost. I somehow knew that these three sisters were sick and dying with a fever. I prayed, and they were brought back to health. In 1218, I was granted written authority by Pope Honorius III to organize the Order of Preachers. I died on August 6, 1221, and I was canonized on July 13, 1234. My feast day is August 8th.